I just thought with all of the content that we have in English 10, English 11, and English 12, I just figured it would be a nice and easy tool for the students to have a textbook on their iPad. So I kind of went through and I just started compiling the things that I could find easily, and I started basically creating a textbook. And I'm just going to kind of show you a few things that the students are able to do. Every student in English 10 right now that has my class, they have this on their iPads, and we use this, I would say probably about 50% of the time. There still are a few texts that are in the textbook that they use. For example, Julius Caesar, which is a pretty large work. That right now is still in their textbook. But I'm going to just kind of walk you through a few things that we do with the iBook in my classroom. As you can see, it's basically broken into chapters. We're going to skip ahead here to a section where we started talking about symbolism. And the great thing about this is the students can do all of this on their own using their iPad. It allows them to multitask, and as we know, these kids are digital natives, so I mean they're accustomed to just using technology at a whim. I added a few keynote presentations in to the textbook. That's something you don't see in a normal textbook. You can look at actually a keynote or a PowerPoint presentation. Obviously I can address and assign websites that I think would be beneficial for the students. And then here's an example of a full text. We read Edgar Allan Poe's The Masque of the Red Death in English 10, and it was very simple to add this. A few pictures were added as well. And if a student needs to take this home to continue reading, it's right here housed on their iPad. So lugging the textbook is not needed for this text. To give you another example here, something we're working on right now, we're through chapter 1. We just started our second chapter, which is citizenship and freedom. And as you can see, we started, basic stuff, just like the textbook starts out with elements of nonfiction, elements of, comparing point of view and those types of things. Here we have Audin's The Unknown Citizen. If the students choose to, they can click on a bio that takes them to a website very quickly. They're able to read about Audin and his work. If I go back to the textbook here, these are some of the reviews. We just finished reading The Uprooting of Japanese-American Family and some of the internment camps. Certainly it gives them a little bit of a schedule of what we're going to be working on. Now this was something that they used the textbook for. They also used their iPad as we went through it. So it was kind of neat to see the students. They had their textbooks open, they had their iPads open, they were taking notes, they were using Notability or another note-taking app. And then this is an open section. And it's open because the students create review questions. And then what we do is they aren't in there yet. We want to basically upload those review questions to this textbook. So for students next year, they'll have some review questions that they can go back to and they can utilize. Ben Franklin's The Four Freedoms, that's what we're picking up basically tomorrow. The information is all housed here again in their iTextbook. And the assignment is there too. We'll be writing a couple of letters, one to the parents and then a personal letter to Benjamin Franklin himself. The last thing I wanted to say is we're getting ready to start night, and just the availability of clicking on a YouTube video. It's right there, it's easy to access, and I feel like the students have just really found this easy. And it just comes so naturally to them to just kind of play around with it, and I think they enjoy taking this home as opposed to carrying their hefty textbook. One last thing I was going to show is just a lot of the teachers have created we call them websites, but it's basically a blog, and we've been utilizing this for, as you can see, it has our daily agenda, things that we're going to be working on throughout the week, last week, and the days certainly to come. And then also there's an English 10 tab that has every unit broken down by theme, and then as you can see, we're in Unit 2. You can see the material that we're getting ready to cover and the material that we have covered.